Alan Dershowitz, at least from some people on Martha's Vineyard, where the Harvard law professor spends the summers. Dershowitz, Fox News contributor, wrote an op-ed saying old friends are snubbing him for his legal argument against impeaching the president. Check out this headline from the Boston Globe. Quote, "The Martha's Vineyard crowd strikes back at Alan Dershowitz." And he writes on claims of being ostracized by fellow liberals, quote, "I am opposed to appointing a special counsel to investigate Hillary Clinton's campaign, and I was against it for Trump. I am a liberal Democrat in politics, but a neutral civil libertarian when it comes to the Constitution. But that's not good enough for some of my old friends on Martha's Vineyard. For them, it's enough that what I had said about the Constitution might help Trump, so they are shunning me and trying to ban me from their social life." And one prominent lawyer and Vineyard resident reportedly sent this email to Dershowitz in their inner circle, quote, "You defended and gave cover to this president who relentlessly disrupts and destroys all that we value and causes massive and lasting damage to our political system, our courts, our standing in the world, the environment, and more." It's hard to imagine what more. "In all of that, you are complicit." This comes as Hollywood actor and Trump supporter James Woods revealed an email from his longtime agent reading, quote, "It's a 4th of July and I'm feeling patriotic. I don't want to represent you anymore. I mean, I could go on a rant, but you know what I'd say." And Woods responded, "I was thinking, if you're feeling patriotic, you would appreciate free speech and one's right to think as an individual. Be that as it may, I want to thank you for all your hard work and devotion on my behalf. Be well." Well, Melissa, first of all, you know Hollywood extremely well. You worked there as a kid. I never would expect anything less from Hollywood. But Dershowitz is interesting to me because he is a liberal who defends the Constitution, defends people no matter what their political indication are. That's why, as he said, he defended both Hillary and he defended Donald Trump. But that's not good enough for his liberal friends.
No, it's amazing. I mean, it's sad. I think a lot of us are finding out who our real friends are, and people make suppositions about what they think that you believe. I mean, in his case, he's saying he's defending the law the same way he always has, and that's not good enough. The lack of tolerance is has been mind-boggling to me, but it's amazing. I don't know when it was okay before to out and shun and vilify people for having a different political point of view. I mean, how recently have we been in this spot? I thought we'd kind of gotten over this.
Right. Can I just say for the record,
go ahead, Lisa.
If Alan Dershowitz is looking for someone to grab a beer with, I would love to. It would be a fascinating conversation. So if he's looking for a new friend, but here, I think that, so there's a lot of reasonable Americans that look at some of the stuff that's going on, and people showing up at the doorstep of Secretary Nielsen's house, Elaine Chao's house, and trying to intimidate them, and see that and look at it in disgust. And we're already seeing this pop up in campaign ads. I don't know if you guys saw the RNC ad that was released featuring the comments of Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, Madonna talking about blowing up the White House, Kathy Griffin holding up the president's severed head. And the ad is damning. So, I mean, I think we're going to see some of this pop up in the election cycle as well.
What gets me, I grew up in D.C. I grew up in Washington. So, I'm, you know, I guess I'm part of the swamp. I'm a swamp region.
Part of the swamp.
But I escaped the swamp, and I'm still taking baths every night to get rid of the...
To New York City, I don't know if
But
really
the fact is that New York City is more than just politics. You know, the arts, business, etc. Washington is a political town. That's one reason I wanted to get out of it. Now it seems like Washington is everywhere. You can't escape it. I have friends in New York who I've never talked politics. Some are liberal Democrats. We never talk politics, but we have a lot of other things to talk about.
Sure.
Now you can't avoid it.
Well, yeah, of course, and I think, you know, there were, you know, many families who couldn't even spend holiday dinners together because of the, you know, dividing views on politics after the 2016 election. What I think is kind of crazy here, is taking a step back, is why did this story run about Alan Dershowitz and his, you know, social life on the A1 of the New York Times?
You know why? Because
there's a lot of stuff going on out in America today that should be taking that real estate space instead.
For sure, but it does feel like we've gotten to a place where we can't disagree and still break bread together. And I don't know how we've gotten to this.
Or you can't even be non-political. That's one of the most, we just celebrated July 4th. One of the best things about America used to be you didn't have to be political. You could go through life without talking politics. Now you can't avoid it.
Well, and Dan Rather, you know, tweeted when LeBron went to L.A., you know, that somehow LeBron's decision about going to L.A. had something to do with him being in the resistance in California. And I actually tweeted at Dan Rather, and I said, it's got to be exhausting to live this way, finding everything to be about Trump. Sometimes sometimes sports are just sports, but, you know, one of my best friends in the entire world is on another channel that shall not be named. She worked for President Obama. We met in Baghdad 11 years ago. She's a big Democrat, I'm a big Republican, and we spend, you know, almost every day together in New York. So I think those relationships still can be had. They can still be cultivated, and we should just all take it upon ourselves to get together with people that we disagree with. It's not that hard.
I got shunned by 2 ladies at the dog park for being a conservative.
What? What were they going to do? Try to kick you out of the dog park?
I don't know. They stopped being nice to me.
When your dog's got to go, your dog's got to go.
But your dog is so cute.
I know.
I love the dog.
Well,
you can at least be nice to the dog.
I say it all the time. We all get together here, and we may, you know, talk loudly at each other about different things, but we can always leave and go have lunch together. I'm not sure that's the truth. That's the same in a lot of parts of America right now. We have to get back to that place.